in a terracotta pan. But if you're at home and you're saying, nope, kids, I do liquid, that's all I do, I want to do a liquid, end of story. We have one for you. It's called Cover Lock Cream Foundation. Now, truth be told, we're calling this a brush. It really is like a beauty blender on a stick. So it's not a true brush with bristles. So it's specifically designed to go with this formula. It's a $285,999, and I will tell you, at retail, this Cover Lock Cream Foundation in this size is about 38 bucks. This with your blender is $39.96, and this is a very special tool. So for less than $2 more, you're getting the tool to go with it. We do have auto delivery, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But before we get to that, we're going to do shades, and we're going to talk about why Cover Lock and what kind of coverage we're getting.
It's really an important subject for those of us like me who have a problem with their skin.
Right.
So let's go over porcelain being the most alabaster, the most China doll. Think Nicole Kidman skin tone, okay. Then we're going to go to fair. And fair, you don't have as much white to the skin. You have a little more golden undertone. That would be a little warmer. Then
and the light is already gone.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you can ask about waitlist, but that is my color.
Right, and then we have medium, which is a classic medium. Whether you're a lighter medium to a deeper medium, we have you covered. But if you're a little warmer than medium these days, I like to say golden medium. I mean, that is really like you've picked up a little bit of color, not that much, a little more gold to the skin, go to golden medium. Then we have tan for our more Latin skin tones, golden olive skin tones. Maybe you're tanning this time of year, self-tanning, and you want to match. You might want to go to tan.
Tan is very limited, just to let you know. And the deep, we are already sold out in the deep on the Cover Lock. But maybe if someone wants to get on wait list, that is for the deepest skin tones, correct?
That's correct. That is for the deepest of all the skin tones.
And if you do this on auto delivery, you already have the tool. We're not going to charge you for the tool. If you want to do this without the brush, you can get that for slightly less money. One future shipment in 90 days. So I just want to let you know you have the choice of bringing that home on auto delivery.
You know,
so what are you showing?
It's really a sensitive subject for me because my skin is not good. I mean, this is, by the way, the fair that I'll be using.
Okay.
So it's a little too light for my skin, but it is the most full coverage cream foundation I've ever created in the 20 years that I'm here. It is a matte finish, but it's full coverage yet comfortable, and it will cover everything.
What do you mean by comfortable?
Comfortable means it's malleable. You put it on your skin.
It's flexible.
But flexible, but your skin moves with it, and you don't feel mask-like. Listen, I've never done a cream full coverage foundation before. I worked for years on this because I needed this for my own self, okay? And I figured out how to crack the code and give you not just the right applicator that does the work, but how do you get that coverage and not look mask-like? So this is fair. Now you can use your fingers if you wanted to, but I want you to see on a beautiful young woman who has some hyperpigmentation, some redness in the skin, some freckling, how this will cover everything. I always like to tell you to bring it down to your jaw, and so that you don't have any line of demarcation. Could you use it down on your neck and décolleté? Absolutely, especially if you're sort of freckled in this area and you have some discoloration. And this, again, is that fair color, so it's one down from porcelain. I'm only doing one side.
And is there a trick with this beauty blender tool as you're using it? You use the flat side? Can you use the round side to get into the crevices like by your eye?
You can do any side. There's no wrong way to do this, but look how the point allows you to bring it right up under the eye.
See that.
I'm going to do just one half of Marissa's face. The skincare that's in here. And I always want you to put a little spackle first because it always makes the glide of your foundation go on.
And if you're new to us, spackle is her under makeup primer, and we have one with a tint that's in the show, but you can look them up on QVC.com.
I mean, look at this. Look at this. And then, oh, I got a little foundation there. And now look here. I want you to see how quick that was to do. And what I put was aloe vera. I have the hyaluronic acid in here. Hyaluronic acid is what makes your skin look plumped. Holds its weight in water by 1,000 times.
So if you have aging skin and you've said, I don't want to do full coverage because that's going to make me look older, you're helping to keep the skin hydrated while this is on.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then we even have antioxidant protection. Now you're going to see Jessica, who wears porcelain. look at this coverage, but look how she doesn't look mask-like.
Oh my gosh, she looks perfect.
You know, Sharon, I will tell you that you need different formulations as a brand. Listen, I love every formulation I create. But there are times I want to feel creamy on my skin. I want to feel like something wet almost that moves with my skin, but not so liquidy that it's so shiny. Did you ever see liquids? I've even created one that you put on. You need to put a little bit of a dusting of powder over.
Right, because you feel like if you touch your face, it's going to come off. Some are extremely dewy.
Yeah, this is not a mask. It's full coverage, but it hugs the skin. The texture of it really moves as your skin moves. There's daisy extract in here, which evens the skin pigmentation problems out in the skin. So our next model that you're going to see is Jill. And Jill is in light, but I think we're sold out of it. Sorry.
Yes.
But you can look into Weightless. Oops. But
Did we put her in light or in fair? She's in light?
yeah, I do. Yeah,
Okay.
she is in
She's
light.
Yeah, that's the color that I wear. Yeah.
And I liken light to a very light medium. But again, my gals, if you're watching this now and you're saying, you know, we were just given an award for this from New Beauty Magazine as one of the 13 most hydrating foundations for dry skin. That's a massive compliment. And I'm going to put you on the spot, Marissa. I'm going to have you do the other half. Well, she's like, oh, you didn't tell me you were going to do this.
But you know what? This is why you're so good at what you do, is that you know these women don't have you sitting in their bathroom putting this on for them. That this is not going to be difficult for you to do at home.
So different when I just see the one half done.
I know, it is really a big difference.
You know, so whether it's melasma, whether it's rosacea, hyperpigmentation, maybe you have brown spots on your skin from sun damage, this will cover anything. If you want to use it on your body, you can. It is transfer resistant. You do not need to put a setting powder on it. But if you're somebody that doesn't do a great job at blending, setting powder helps to make your makeup look more polished and finished.
Right.
That's the beauty of setting powder, and makes it even less longer
So the
than
Radiance powder that we had earlier in the multicolor palette would be perfect if someone wanted to use
Correct. And you know, we call it Cover Lock. We gave it the name because what we did with our lab when we worked on this is we put something in here called a Prime Lock Seal, which creates the formula to sort of lock in place, and it really blocks out environmental stressors. So we were like, oh my God, there's such a thing. And then we were like, we have to call this Cover Lock. It's the perfect name for this foundation.
I got to tell you, I mean, this thing
Marissa,
is amazing. As I'm using this on my hand, we're watching her put it on. But like, in all seriousness, I'm just going to put the tiniest little amount. So I already put it here. Look, all my veins are gone. I have freckles on my knuckles. Look as I start to put this here and I start to blend it out. All of the freckles on my knuckles are disappearing because this is that full coverage. But to your point, look at how flexible it is. Look at how it moves with my hand. And I can feel moistness in my hand, but it doesn't feel slick. And it doesn't feel dry, like it's in between, it's hovering there.
And you know, when you look at Marissa, you see when you see the before and after that we did this in live time. This should take you 30 seconds, my friends. I don't want you laboring over your foundations, and I don't want you struggling, which is why women love coming to me for foundation. It's really like athleisure makeup. Like you can go outside and not feel like you're mask-like. And I actually, I'm a little bit crazy, and I like to squeeze out blackheads and whiteheads from my skin.
Oh, I'm
sorry,
a picker too.
I'm a picker.
I know we're not supposed to be.
And I was doing a job on the side of my face, and Johnny was like, what did you do over there? But I want to tell you, I put Cover Lock on, and not even a drop. A little goes a long way with this. Gone. So if you even had a tattoo that needed covering, it would cover your tattoo as well.
Oh my gosh.
So I think you could put this on your legs safely to say, if you've got capillaries or veins.
So this is the first full coverage
Ever.
liquid foundation,
Cream.
cream foundation
Yes.
you've ever done for us, because you wanted to make sure the formula was
look,
right.
you can
She
see.
worked for years on this, and we're going to do that shade chart again.
It's a texture of a cream.
But look at how, and you know what? It's not runny. It's
No.
very fluid, but it's not running down the back of your hand. So what is our color selection again?
From my alabaster China doll gals, Marissa was wearing porcelain. And then fair, you're a little warmer. You have a little more gold to your undertone. You both burn super easy. We're sold out of light. You saw Jill in it. There's Jill again. And then medium is what I wear all the time. And then golden medium. If medium is turning up a little light on you, it has a little more warmth to it, the golden medium. That's right there. So I would say if you're picking up a little color during the summer, you may want to go down to the golden medium if you're medium. And then tan for golden olive skins. And then I believe we're out of deep.
We are. So we're out of deep, we're out of light, and the tan, there's just a few dozen remaining if you want to grab that and bring it home. But this is a wonderful accompaniment to everything we've talked about in the show. So it's a $285,999. If you want to do it, you'll get another future shipment on auto delivery without the brush 90 days after your first one arrives. And so I would love for you to be able to bring this home. It's slightly less money to do it that way as well. Oh my goodness, the next thing that's coming up is so fabulous, but I wanted to remind you about spackle because Laura mentioned it when we had our last presentation. That is what you would put on if you want that barrier in between your moisturizer and your foundation. This is the super size, which we only have available here, and this is the tinted version, which has an amazing following, and it's a great way to try a primer for the first time if you haven't. 2 easy payments of $19.50, A91782.